Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm Randy and this is RP Tactical. Today we're going to be doing a review and unboxing of the CvLife JackalHowl Z03 6x24x50 adjustable objective rifle scope. Now, CvLife did send this out to me, but my terms still applied. Send it out. If I like it, I'll do the review. If I don't like it, I'll pack it up and ship it out. And they agreed to those terms. So it's nice to see a company that believes in their product to agree to those terms. Now, I'm doing a review, so yes, you know I like it. Not only do I like it, I'm pretty impressed with this thing. I'm pretty impressed with it because of what you get at the price point. What you're getting for such a budget-friendly rifle scope is pretty nice. It's pretty nice. I like the sleek, simple design. I don't need anything complicated or a whole bunch of nonsense that nobody ever uses. Everything on this thing is nice, sleek, and simple, easy to read, easy to manipulate, easy functioning. So I like it. Now, at any time in this video you see that it's something that you like and you want to pick up, I will post in the link below in my description box. I will have a direct link to the Amazon store where this is. And on top of that, I also have a 10% discount code right there in the description box so that you could apply to this exact one if you want. Now, 10% on a budget-friendly scope that's already at a great price is pretty cool to me. So check it out if you're interested. Now, let's start off by the contents of the box. Let's look at the unboxing and see what's in the box. But instead of tickling your ears with unwrapping and all of that stuff to show you what's in the box, let me just show you what's in the box. And this is the contents of the box. And this is the box that it ships with. You have a regular standard white box with two foam ends that protects it while shipping. That's that. Of course, you have your scope, which we'll get into more details after we finish going over the contents of the box. First up, you have your owner's manual, which is fairly simple and basic. It's really simple to read with beautiful illustration, and it breaks down everything here, but you could go over that. Matter of fact, I'm going to pop something up right there. So you could pause it and read it if you want to, but all this stuff could also be found on their website as well as the Amazon page, which I have the link for in the description below. And this is all the stuff that you get for $100, man. Yeah, I said it. For $100, this is what you get. And don't forget about that 10% discount code that I also have. So they ship the scope. They ship two CR 2032 batteries. The illumination only uses one, but it's good to see that they gave you a spare one for whenever that runs out. You have your Allen wrench right here for the top when you want to lock in your zero. What you would do is just unscrew this, lift up the top, zero out your rifle however you want it, and tighten it back up, which is a simple and effective way of doing it, which I like. It's not a lot of screws, not a lot of adjustments that you have to do, or a lot of things that you have to go ahead and find to take this thing off, set it, and then put it back. Just one Allen wrench, which is provided. You do your thing and you keep it moving, which is simple and nice. That's what I like. You also have your cleaning cloth. You have your two scope rings, high-rise scope rings, which is, this thing is pretty sturdy. This thing is pretty sturdy. And they send high-rise scope rings, I believe, because of your adjustable objective being 50 millimeters. With 50 mm, you have to have this thing high enough to clear whatever you're mounting it to. Now, not all rifles are the same. So I'm glad that they send high-rise, so this will clear whatever you're mounting it to. Now, if your rifle or whatever you're mounting this thing to, you prefer a mid-rise or a low-profile one, go ahead and get that. If it'll work, it'll work. But they send this in preparation. That way, you can mount this thing to anything. Right out the box, you can mount it, and it's fully functioning. And you don't have to look for anything or go purchase something else. Everything is here in the box, ready to go, which I like. I like that. You also have some spare screws. Oh, let me see. Yeah, these already have the screws in it. And they send you 4 additional screws, which is pretty nice. It's pretty nice to have that. And I like this design. I like this design with the 4 screws, 2 on each side. That clamps it down pretty well. I find from my other scopes, I like this design better than the one and a one on this side, and it loops over. That stuff, in my experience, it always shifts. So it's good to see that they have the double clamp on both sides. And this is pretty good quality. But like I said, you could always swap it out and get whatever you prefer to use your scope on your rifle. They also have a sunshade that comes with it. You have the 2 pop-up caps, one in the front, one in the front that's threaded for your scope, for your sunshade. And that's nice that you could leave this on. You could leave the pop-up cap on if you choose to. Or take it off, whatever. But this is threaded not to the pop-up cap, but internal right here to the scope itself. To that objective right there is threaded. And also one in the rear. And these things could come off. Matter of fact, I think you do have to take it off so you could get to your diopter. Yep, there you go. So these are all the contents of the box. Now, like I said, your reticle only uses 1 battery. So they did send a spare, which is pretty nice, man. I like this for $100. Look at what you're getting, the quality, the features, the functions that you get for $100. You can't really go bad. So now with that out of the way, let's get into some of the specs and go over the rifle itself. It is fully multi-coated, made with 6061 aircraft grade aluminum. It comes in at 22.9 ounces. It offers a 4-inch eye relief, and the eyepiece dimensions is 35.5 millimeter. It has a 1-inch tube in diameter. It's 15.7 inches long, and the reticle type is mil dot. Now, like I said, this is a 6 by 24 by 50 adjustable objective rifle scope. It comes in 2nd focal plane. Now, what does that mean? If you're not familiar with it, well, 1st focal plane means when you're adjusting it, you could adjust it at any distance, and then the crosshairs will increase from small, very fine-tuned, and it starts increasing the further out you go. With 2nd focal plane, it stays the same. Your reticle stays the same, and that crosshair does not change. It does not get bigger. It does not get smaller, whether you're at the lowest power or you're all the way up to the highest power. From 6 all the way to 24, your crosshairs stay the same. Now, this parallax in front, your objective in front starts at 15. That's what is indicated here. But there's also room to turn it, which is right here. So I don't know if that's really 5 yards or 7.5 yards. Then it goes to 15 to 20, and then it goes all the way up to 75, 100, 150, and last but not least, infinity.
Buzz? To infinity and beyond!
Which is pretty nice. So it gives you the options to mount this thing to whatever you want, whether you're mounting it to an airsoft gun or a little 22, 5.56, 223 precision shooting, or big game hunting. If you want to go and mount this thing and use it on a 6.5 Creedmoor 308 or whatever it is, you could do that, which is pretty nice. It's giving you the option to do that, which I'm going to mount it to, I think, my 6.5 Creedmoor, which is pretty nice. Let's take a look at this parallax here in front, which is pretty stiff right now, which is good. That means you won't lose focus by jamming it. You got to actually turn this thing. They say this is a green lens, which just basically means there's a green film in front of it, a slither of a film in front of it to help block out sunlight and illuminate your lens a little bit better. That's for the front. Let's take a look at the back. In the back right here, you have your dial from 6 all the way up to 24 power, which is stiff, but not too stiff. As you can see, I could turn it. It's not that big of a deal. You have your diopter back here to adjust for everybody's particular specific eyesight, because not everybody got 20/20 vision, and God knows I be struggling sometimes. So that's pretty nice. Everything here works good and it's sturdy. The field of view is 16.5 feet down to 4.5 at 100 yards. All right, so that's it. That's it for that. Let's take a look at the buttons right here. You have your elevations on top, lift up, adjust. Oh, this is very audible and textile. You guys can hear that. You can feel it. You hear that? That's pretty nice. And then you just push back down. Same thing on the windage. You pop out. Also, very audible, very textile. Very comfortable. And then you just push it in to lock it. And then you cannot move this. You cannot hit these by mistakes. And it is a 1 click equals 1/4 MOA, which I like. I think that's a comfort level. 1/4 MOA is pretty decent because it's not as fine tuned as 1/8 and it's not as big as a half. So I like the happy medium in between at a 1/4 MOA. On the left side, you have your radicals, and in the middle is off. So it starts at 1 low power all the way up to 5, and then on the other side is red, which I like. I like that. I like the green on top and red at the bottom, so you could distinguish what you want to use. And while we're at it, let's take a look at it. Now that's off. All right, that's off. That's, you know what? Let's get this thing to focus. That is level 1 green, level 2 green, level 3 green, level 4 green, and level 5 green. All right, so 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, off. So it's 5 levels of settings on green, as well as 5 levels on red. Yeah, that lights up pretty nicely. Then off, then we start with red. Level 1 red, level 2 red, level 3 red, level 4 red, level 5 red, and then off. So that's pretty nice. That's pretty nice and pretty neat. Like I told you guys, I really like this sleek design. For $100, it's worth it in my opinion, and I'm going to mount it to my my 6.5 Creedmoor. I think that's what I'm going to do. Matter of fact, let's go mount it to my 6.5 Creedmoor. I'll be right back.
A few moments later.
And here we are with the finished product. I got this mounted on my rifle that's chambered in 6.5 Creedmoor. And it looks absolutely beautiful, man. Like I was telling you guys, you could really mount this thing to whatever it is that you desire. From a BB gun, airsoft gun, 22 LR, 223, 5.56, hunting rifles. Like I have it here in a 6.5 Creedmoor. You could put it on a 308, whatever it is that you desire. But it's absolutely gorgeous, man. I really like this sleek look, this nice design. That's not overly complicated. I did change out the mounts. As you can see, I put mid-rise mounts because this rifle in particular is a Weaver. It's more Weaver based. It's not a Picatinny, so I couldn't use the scope rings that came with it. So I had to put in these scope rings that I have here for Weaver. But it looks good, and it barely clears. It barely clears just enough. So with the high-rise mounts that it come with, those scope rings will be even better. I don't know. Maybe in time I'll change these out. Maybe I'll change out the base there and put it in a Picatinny. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes. I really like this thing. But inside of the house and in my little backyard, it's not going to do it justice. So let's take it out in a field someplace and show you the clarity at long distance. And then we'll come back with some final thoughts. All right? All right, guys, so we're out here at the school football field. I did remove the scope from my rifle so that ATF does not show up at my house 2 o'clock in the morning. I did remove the scope from the rifle. So we're going to imagine that this right here, which is the scoreboard, we're going to imagine that's our target. Let's see how clean, as crisp of a sight that we could get in. Now, mind you, this is 120 yards plus give or take about 30, 40, let's just say 150 yards away. Let's see what it looks like behind the scope. So in conclusion, I am pretty happy. I'm pretty impressed with the scope, the way it functions, the way it feels. I mean, it's $100 scope that feels like it's an $800 scope. Between the two, you wouldn't be able to tell the difference. It's shock-proof, fog-proof, waterproof, and you can mount it to anything you desire, from beginning entry airsoft guns all the way up to experience level 308 hunting rifles. So you pick your poison. Overall, I'm pretty happy, and I can't wait to take it out for a test drive. So until then, you guys don't forget to check the link in the description below for your 10% off, as well as the link directly to Amazon website for the scope. And then don't forget to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and let me know your thoughts. What are your thoughts on this scope? Do you like it? Would you pick one up? Let me know. All right, until next time, y'all stay blessed, stay safe, or be deadly. Peace out.